In the small coastal town of Harbor's Edge, where the sea whispered secrets to the cliffs and autumn leaves painted the streets in hues of gold and crimson, Elena lived a quiet life. At 32, she had built a routine around her little bookstore, Pages by the Sea, a cozy haven filled with the scent of aged paper and fresh coffee. Her days were predictable, opening at dawn, recommending classics to tourists, and closing as the sun dipped into the ocean. Love had once visited her heart, a fleeting romance in college that ended in heartbreak, but she had long since tucked those memories away, like forgotten books on a high shelf. One crisp October afternoon, as rain pattered against the windows, the bell above the door chimed. In walked a man drenched from the storm, shaking droplets from his dark hair. He wore a worn leather jacket and carried a canvas backpack slung over one shoulder. His eyes, a deep hazel, scanned the shelves with genuine curiosity. "Excuse me," he said, his voice warm like spiced cider. "I'm looking for something poetic. Maybe Neruda or Rumi." Elena looked up from her counter, her heart skipping an unexpected beat. There was something familiar about him, though she couldn't place it. "We have a wonderful collection in the back. Follow me." His name was Lucas, a travel photographer who had been wandering the world for years, capturing moments that others overlooked. He was in town for a short assignment, photographing the fall foliage along the coast. As Elena handed him a volume of Pablo Neruda's love poems, their fingers brushed, sending a spark through her. "You have excellent taste," she said, smiling shyly. "And you have a beautiful store," he replied, his gaze lingering. "It's like stepping into another world." They talked for hours that day, the rain outside a soft symphony. Lucas shared stories of sunrises in Santorini and starry nights in the Sahara. Elena opened up about her love for literature, how books had been her companions through lonely times. By closing time, he had bought not just the book but also invited her for coffee the next day. Their first date was at a seaside cafe, where the waves crashed rhythmically below. Lucas listened intently as Elena spoke of her dreams, to one day write her own novel. He encouraged her, saying, "The world needs more stories from hearts like yours." As days turned to weeks, their connection deepened. Walks along the beach became ritual. One evening, under a sky painted in oranges and pinks, Lucas took her hand. "I've traveled everywhere," he confessed, "but I've never felt at home until now. With you." Elena blushed, her heart racing. "I thought love was something from books, not real life." That night, they kissed for the first time, the salt air mingling with the sweetness of possibility. But life, like the tides, has its ebbs. Lucas's assignment ended, and a prestigious opportunity arose, a year-long project in New Zealand. He had to leave. "I don't want to go without you," he said one foggy morning, holding her clothes on the pier. "But I can't ask you to uproot your life." Tears streamed down Elena's face. "We've only just found each other." They promised to try long distance. Letters, calls, video chats. Lucas left with a heavy heart, boarding the plane with Neruda's book in his pocket, annotated with notes for her. The months that followed were a test. Elena threw herself into her bookstore, starting to write her novel in stolen moments. Lucas sent photos. Majestic mountains, glowing auroras, always with captions like, "Wish you were here to share this beauty." Yet distance gnawed at them. Misunderstandings arose over delayed messages. Elena's insecurities whispered that he would find someone new in his adventures. Lucas worried she might tire of waiting. One winter night, during a call, the strain peaked. "Maybe we're fooling ourselves," Elena said, voice breaking. "Love can't survive on whispers across oceans." Lucas was silent for a moment. "Don't say that. You're my anchor, Elena. I'll come back sooner. I promise." But promises felt fragile. Spring arrived, then summer, and Lucas's project extended. Elena's novel progressed, but her heart ached with emptiness. Autumn returned to Harbor's Edge, the leaves falling like old memories. Elena walked the beach alone, picking up seashells, wondering if love was meant to be eternal or just a season. Then, one golden afternoon, as she arranged new arrivals in her store, the bell chimed again. She turned, and there he was, Lucas, tanned from foreign suns, eyes brighter than ever, holding a bouquet of autumn wildflowers. "I couldn't stay away any longer," he said, dropping his backpack. "The world is beautiful, but it's meaningless without you." Elena froze, then ran into his arms. Tears mixed with laughter as they embraced. "I ended the contract early," he explained. I realized home isn't a place, it's you. They spent that evening on the beach, watching the sunset. Lucas pulled out a small box from his pocket. Inside was a necklace with a pendant shaped like an autumn leaf, engraved with words from Neruda. I love you as certain dark things are to be loved, in secret, between the shadow and the soul. Marry me, Elena, he whispered. Let's write our story together. With the waves applauding and the sky ablaze, she said yes. Their wedding was intimate, held in the bookstore among shelves of dreams. Friends from town gathered, and as vows were exchanged, autumn leaves scattered by the wind danced around them. Years passed. Elena's novel became a bestseller, a tale of love found and reclaimed. Lucas opened a photography gallery next door, his works capturing their life. Stolen kisses in the rain, quiet mornings with coffee, adventures they now shared. One starry night, years later, they sat on the same pier, hands entwined. Do you remember when we thought love was fragile? Elena asked, leaning on his shoulder. Lucas smiled. It is. But ours. It's like these autumn leaves, falling, renewing, eternal. Under the vast sky, their whispers blended with the sea, a testament that true love doesn't fade, it blooms forever. Word count. 1523. This story captures the essence of rediscovered love, tender emotions, and enduring commitment, perfect for a romantic read. If you'd like adjustments or another story, let me know.